Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to What's Up With That, the show that brings you interesting people, places, cultures, and subcultures here in the South Bay, the San Francisco Bay Area, the state of California, and beyond. And tonight, what's up with Cinequest? What is Cinequest? And how does somebody get involved with an international film festival here in the Silicon Valley? Well, we've heard of cons, we've heard of Sundance. Well, cons and Sundance, move aside, because here comes Cinequest. Yes, and it's wonderful, and it's fabulous, and it's entertaining. There's a lot to learn, and tonight we're going to learn all about Cinequest from two pros from Cinequest. Please welcome Christy Wolk. She is Public Relations Manager for Cinequest. How you doing?
Hi.
What's up with that?
What's up?
And Susie Moon, she is Senior Publicist for Cinequest.
Hi.
How you doing? You ready to go? Okay,
Yeah.
so let's start. How did you come up with the name Cinequest, or where did that come from?
Cinequest was found in 1991. It was based off of Silicon Valley. Innovators and filmmakers came up with the name Cinequest because it represents Cinequest, cinema, and you're questing. You know, you can put the two together.
The
it's the journey. I think the core of Cinequest is the theme Maverick, and I think Cinequest uses Maverick in everything we do. It's innovating, cutting edge. So those two kind of go in hand together, and that's where Cinequest evolves.
So it's been around for roughly, what, 25 years?
So this is our 17th year, actually.
Okay, 17 years.
Pretty.
It's going to be around for
Way more.
1,700 more years,
Yes.
hopefully. It's a great thing. So you work, with a lot of material, a lot of different personalities, a lot of stuff. How do you begin each year with Cinequest? What's the process?
Well, actually, Cinequest, what's really cool about Cinequest is it's year-round. So you have the film festival, which takes place in March, but really we work our way up to Cinequest months ahead of time. So in November, we have the Cinequest Call for Entries deadline. So films from all around the world submit to Cinequest, and this year we have 1,850 films.
Wow.
Then come around December, January, February, we're in the process of setting all the dates and, who's going to make it. And right now we're about the time where we're, getting the last bit details in and gearing up, because I think, in about 2 weeks the Cinequest will start, so.
So let's say I was a filmmaker, so I would come in and I would send you a copy, or let's say there might be some aspiring filmmakers out there that want to go have their stuff shown at Cinequest. What's the process that I would go through?
Cinequest, you can go through two websites, either www.cinequest.org, and in May 2007, this year, you can start submitting your entry forms and mailing in your films to Cinequest. Or you can go through withoutabox.com and submit your forms there and submit and mail in your films to Cinequest. And basically from there, we start getting films in, the programming team starts watching them and deciphers whether or not it's going to make it in the festival.
So the group that decides, it's a group of people that have been working with Cinequest for a long time, and you bring in people from Los Angeles, or I don't want to say Los Angeles.
We have
You invite them to our beautiful valley.
Yes, definitely. We have a great programming team. They've been with us, I think, since the beginning, over at least 13 years. And they get films. We have one connection in Europe, and we have one here. And they get films from all around the world. And they just watch the films left and right, and they decide what's going to make it.
So what are some regulations? Are there any rules and regulations that they have to follow? Is there any no-nos?
It just can't be, I believe it can't be optioned or produced. It's really got to hold the whole concept of Maverick, cutting edge, new and emerging, what's different. It's, we don't want to see the same old thing. We want it to be Maverick, and that's what Cinequest is really known for.
So how many films in Cinequest are international? What would you say in comparison to, I know when I've been to Cinequest 6 years, and you really see everything.
Yeah.
Which is the beauty of Cinequest. I mean, it's great. You see every kind of mind game, but from every different country. I remember seeing a film that was from Lithuania, and it had that whole sort of Eastern Europe, Scandinavian feeling too. Is there are they looking for a certain, I mean, do they have to have a certain amount of films that are from here? Or
we don't really, it just depends what we get in, and then they figure out, oh, it just depends what's really, you know, fits the concept of Cinequest, what we think is out there, what is, has, you know, quality, quantity, it's just really what's out there and emerging. It's not about we need to fill a quota, it's just basically what's hot, what's new, what's cutting edge, and does it represent Cinequest, and is it what Cinequest is, you know, there for, so.
So Cinequest is trying to promote cutting edge, diversity.
Diversity. We get films from all over the world this year. I think, we have 40 films from around that are international. We have 160 features, 80 shorts, 80 features. And this year we have a huge Balkan section. We have a huge Asian section.
That's great.
2 of our opening films are from Asia. One of them's an Indian film, and one of them's from Vietnam. So it's really diverse.
And so when you have these films, there's a lot more going into it than just the films. You have to bring the people over here. You have to, do you have to deal with rights and things from, you know, different countries have different regulations, and does that become an issue?
Not that I know of. It seems pretty smooth. I mean, of course, there's things of just, I think with the travel time, always are worried, you know, you got to get it here on time. And but besides that, I think we've had pretty much a smooth sailing. It's, you know, just getting the film here is the main important thing. So.
And what, you haven't said much yet. When you think of Cinequest, what do you think of? What comes to your mind?
When I think of Cinequest, I think of our motto, which is empowering the Maverick. And just what it means to me is that it really gives me an opportunity to find my uniqueness. And so I feel that I'm encouraged to discover who I am as an individual, as a film lover, and even just a participant. And so it's not just watching movies, but it's to be able to experience this and to find that inner energy of creativity and to meet all these people that I wouldn't normally meet on a day-to-day basis. So Cinequest really offers that.
I mean, and that's, you're very right in that you get the opportunity to meet people from all over the world who have come to the Silicon Valley to join in their love of film. We're going to take a look at some clips from some previous Cinequests, and the audience will have an idea of what to expect and see at the wonderful, and I mean awesome, so you better be there, Cinequest Festival here in the Silicon Valley. So check it out.
We have more great world and U.S. premieres than ever before. Over 500 artists are coming in from 45 different countries. We're expecting over 65,000 people to attend this great film festival, and all within the personable 4-block radius of Cinequest.
This festival is one of the ones that sets the trends, that is actually ahead of the trends, and other festivals are copying Cinequest. I see it all the time, and I'm just ecstatic that we're premiering here.
I will go to Europe and tell everybody that this is the festival to go in the United States, that you are the best.
All right, we're back here talking about Cinequest, and the audience got to see some of the images from previous Cinequest festivals, and as you can see, it's very lively. Lots to see, lots to do. So let's talk about the Maverick, because that is sort of the key word in the Cinequest. How did that begin, and what does that represent? It's like the Maverick Spirit Award.
Well, the Maverick Spirit Award is our highest honor. It's been around since the beginning. We honor emerging Mavericks, extraordinary actors, people who really are innovators in the world of film. Last year we had Edward James Olmos. The year before we had Sir Ben Kingsley. And this year we're having actually Minnie Driver.
He's awesome.
Yes, great actress.
Choice.
Yeah. And also we have a unique, I think, is Stuart Copeland, the drummer for The Police.
Right.
And many people know him as a drummer, but he's actually a composer of film. So he has a huge background in film. So he will be one of our Maverick Spirit Award, I guess, this year.
So when someone receives a Maverick Spirit Award, they do a workshop, they do a presentation, they do what?
They're sorry, I didn't mean to. They're usually part of our filmmaking and technology forums. And for example, Stuart Copeland is part of our Day of Sight and Sound, and it'll be a workshop with presentations on sight and sound, you know, for film. And he's one of our
see, San Jose, the opportunity that you have here is incredible.
Yes.
Where else are you going to have the chance to meet these people?
It's really cool. Our Cinequest is known for their forums. There, you know, we have people from Palm, from Panasonic, coming and talking about the newest things in film. So it's really cool for anyone, filmmakers especially, and students.
And I understand a lot of it's like hands-on, so you can come in and they bring in the equipment, they teach you a lot of new technologies.
You know, great technical presentations, great demos. It's a really hands-on look at what's new and exciting, you know, in the world of technology.
Right, and so you mentioned students, and I know that you do a lot. I love the student section. I believe that's like one of my favorite parts of the film festival, because it's great. I mean, you're really seeing, being a student filmmaker myself, and you've gone through this process, you know, you're working really on no money. I mean, you almost zero money. You actually lose money to make a film.
True.
People don't understand, when a student makes a film, he loses money. There's no, the concept of becoming, you know, having this distributed it's not going to happen. But there's something in student films that's just unbelievable. I mean, you see that. What kinds of things do you offer for students to encourage them to keep up filmmaking?
I definitely our filmmaking and technology forums. That's total geared towards students. I think also we have a student competition for shorts. So every year we get tons of students who submit their shorts from
which
all
are just
around the world.
awesome. I have to say, you got to see those ones.
Shorts are really cool. So, and I think they're the new thing that's heading up this year. You know, with shorts everywhere, it's going to be the new big blockbuster almost, I think.
Well, I know that even the short division in the Oscars has become extremely competitive. I was reading that that's, you know, almost as competitive as the big ones.
Yeah, and what's cool about Cinequest is our shorts program is actually in is a part of the can be nominated for an Academy Award. So
what I think is also great is that it gives the opportunity for people in this area, in this community and around, to have their stuff seen by, you know, some pretty powerful people.
Yeah, definitely. We have students all the way from Stanford, from San Jose State, from Santa Clara University, all over the Bay Area.
De Anza College.
De Anza, all the time, De Anza, Foothill, Mission, all of them submit their films to us, and so. You
know, so it's great. I mean, so it's nice that they have a venue here in San Jose where they can get some recognition, because, like I said, there's no money.
Yeah, I think it's good. Silicon, you know, Valley is not just about, you know, tech and computers. It's also about the arts, and Cinequest is kind of both. It's a combination of, you know, cutting edge technology and Maverick films. So you get the best of both
That's
worlds.
the bingo line for the whole day right there. But it's true.
Yeah, it really is.
And I think that you brought up a really interesting, you know, persona about San Jose, where they think it's a, you know, the techie geek capital of the world.
Yeah, it's not. Well,
and
it is, but
not that there's not plenty of them here, you know, but there's so much more.
There's a huge arts program in San Jose, and I think Cinequest, you know, is both of those worlds. So
and I think it's great that you have the stuff in the California Theater too, which is just
it's an
awesome.
Amazing venue.
So, when you describe Cinequest to, let's say you were to describe Cinequest to somebody, to convince them to come to San Jose to Cinequest, give me your spiel.
What would I say?
What would you say?
Oh God, it's the best film festival in the world. That's what I would say. It truly is. I'm not just saying that, but our venues are within 3 blocks of each other. You can walk from venue to venue, whereas, you know, other film festivals, you have to take a shuttle, you know, a bunch of sweaty people. Here you get to, you know, park your car. We have great parking now, great customer service. You park your car, you walk to the venue. It's a discovery festival, so you go to the festivals and you watch a great new film, and then as you walk out of the festival, you get to, you know, hear the artist who directed it talk about the film, and then you can go to, you know, a great bar after, have a few cocktails, and then see, you know, the director or actor in the film there.
Isn't that awesome?
Yeah, it's a very interactive film festival. It's great. It has the technology side, it has the entertainment side, and it has the emerging.
It has everything.
It's really perfect.
And it has San Jose, you know, which is a safe town.
Safe, very safe.
You know, very comfortable. What I like about Cinequest also is that, almost exactly to mirror what you said, after I see a film or whatever, and I've seen people and you always meet the director, which I think is really nice, you know, that the director's always at the film, well, most of the time, I'm sure it's not always, but every time I've seen one, I've seen the director there. So I would say it's pretty neat.
You can vouch for it.
I can vouch for it, okay? And it's nice, you know, if there's something about the film that you are really interested in, and you, the man or the woman is there, and you can go up and talk to them, and I think that's really great. But what's even better than that is to go to the coffee house after, and you hear everybody talking about these films. And suddenly there's this camaraderie in this town, because everyone's there to support this, and everyone's going, oh yeah, I saw that. That was great. I saw that. You know, and that's what it brings our town together.
It really does. I think everyone in San Jose should come to Cinequest. It's really a way to bring the community together, and not only that, but you get to see people from outside the community who are here to have, brings the arts to San Jose, and it's great.
I mean, and by going to Cinequest, you know, those that attend are showing that we like this stuff, and this stuff deserves to be here.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, the heck with cons. We don't need to get on an airplane and.
Yes, we're not the red carpet.
No,
festival.
no. Yeah, and that would be silly in San Jose.
There's too many of them out there now.
Yeah. We don't want to be posers, okay? We want to make that very clear here.
We're definitely not a poser.
No, we're not. All right, we're going to look at some more images from previous Cinequest, so check it out. I can tell you're going to have a good time.
The Cinequest Film Festival has one of the best mission statements I've ever understood. I mean, they're bringing about an understanding of the usage of film in the highest level.
We have Day of the Writer, Day of Post, Day of Cinematographer, Day of Distribution, and Day of Producer. Each of these days will have several parts that really get into the nuts and bolts of the how-to in these worlds.
We're having a rally here today outside of City Hall, and this is the first time that we're bringing anti-war and pro-war mothers together to support each other.
This festival has managed to find its niche, and it's doing a great job at discovering these new Mavericks, and a lot of premieres and industries here. Audiences are great.
All right, now having seen that, we'll be seeing you at the festival. A lot of fun, a lot of great stuff, a lot of conversation like we've been talking about. Lots of stuff to think about. So let's think for a moment about, and I can speak as well because I am, about like favorite moments or favorite films or favorite personalities or different personalities or interesting situations. Think of a film that you've seen, you've been involved in this for a long time, that really sticks in your mind at Cinequest.
Oh gosh, that's a hard question. All of them stick in my mind. I think one of them that sticks in my mind was Wetback. It's a documentary about the whole immigrant situation, and it was a really well done documentary that showed really these two immigrants who were not just coming from the Mexico border, but were coming from Mexico and also, I believe, I can't remember the other state or country, but they were not. It wasn't that they just had to pass the U.S. border; they had to pass
all kinds of borders.
Yeah, and from here you only think you only have to cross the U.S. border, but it's not. And it was a very daunting and very. I never looked at that area like that before, and it opened my eyes to a lot of things. So that one just sticks out in my mind.
I mean, and if film can open minds, which I think films at Cinequest do.
Yeah.
I mean, what a great thing. What a wonderful opportunity to be able to think more clearly on something instead of being jaded by the media. And I tend to attack the media. I don't mean to. I love you, but I just some certain things. How about you? What memorable moments or films or personalities do you remember?
I would say definitely watching the films, of course, is a lot of people's highlights, but what makes Cinequest different is that I get to interact with the filmmakers, you know, and so to be able to have a conversation with them at the Paragon Bar, you know, and just ask like, what was the inspiration to even start the project? I think that was so amazing because I felt like here I am, I'm a nobody to most people, you know, or only, you know, I'm somebody to the people I know, but then not to like the film industry, but I feel like I'm treated like a VIP, and that's what we try to do at Cinequest is all the people the regular people, we try to treat as VIPs, and all those celebrity or the big names out there, we try to treat them as just everyday people. And so that's where the connection happens, where we're not separating people, but we're making them into one community.
Which is great. You set a comfort zone for everybody.
Yeah.
And I think when you do that, from being an educator, you will get the most creative people. You'll get people to come to see the stuff because they're there to share their ideas.
Yeah. Our patrons and everyone that comes to Cinequest, they love Cinequest, and they're very supportive. So.
How about when something doesn't go right?
That happens in the PR team all the time. I mean, we're having to work with filmmakers and the media, and we're just always challenged to be on our toes. And it's a challenge, but I think it's really fun too. It's an adventure, and we're always just, going through those hurdles. But I think what we try to do is keep our cool and try to remember that these people love being at Cinequest, and we are trying to serve the community who love film, who love being here, and knowing that they have access to such a unique experience. And so with that drive, with that passion, you can't help but want to serve and to, deliver the best. And so those mistakes, we always don't dwell on it, but I think what we really try to do is, what can we do to make it even better?
Right, and it's bringing all those people together is a phenomenal task at best. And, my hats are off to you in that department.
Thank you.
What happens when you have one of those directors or whatever that's one of those type personalities that just are, whoom. I know you get them.
Yeah, we get them all the time. I mean,
Come on now, let's just,
You just take it with a grain of salt. There's always going to be people that, piss you off or, are going to be cranky, and I'm like that too. And you just move on and deal with it, and you learn from it. So we're lucky. We're very lucky. A lot of the filmmakers aren't like that at all at Cinequest. They're very respectful, very organized, and very, thankful for everything. So we've never really had, I've honestly never been a part of, personally,
something
crazy. I'm sure other people.
And then what's great is that, we have filmmakers who are nervous. They're having their world premieres or North American premieres. So they're nervous about audience reaction and, will they like it? Will our, theater be packed? And so sometimes that nervousness kind of gets poured out on us as anxiety, and we understand that, so we try to cater to that.
And you do. Really
I mean, we definitely try our best to do that, and it's fun. We have our episodes where they're a little overly anxious, and then it kind of comes off as like, I want to bite your head off, but it's really
you get
funny.
the diva syndrome.
But these filmmakers in the end just really enjoy the experience, and we enjoy working with them because we're not about that celebrity status, and we treat them as VIPs, and they really appreciate it. So we get so many thank yous, and that's what makes us want to continue to work with Cinequest.
So the city of San Jose invests a lot in this. What role do they play in the production of this festival? Like a major, what's their bid in here?
They're just a huge supporter. They help us, throughout the year with different. The San Jose Downtown Association helps us out with Cinema San Pedro, which is an outdoor screening event.
Yeah, it's very cool, by the way.
Yeah, you've been to that. It's a lot of fun. It's great. Another
cool
community
going
builder.
On, I'm telling you, people.
They do a lot for Cinequest during the festival, and they've always been huge supporters. So.
And then you have a huge volunteer staff. Is that correct?
Yes. Our volunteers are what makes Cinequest too. We have over 400 volunteers every year, and it's great because the same volunteers come back year after year, and it's just great. They're very dedicated to Cinequest.
And I think that's really, when you think about it, now let's think about it in real terms. You have the volunteers, you have people who are doing world premieres, you have a whole community within itself, and you have this international community that comes in and pours in all its love and its support. I remember last year seeing a group of people that with a premiere of an Indian film, and he had brought his dancers.
Oh yeah, that was the.
And I thought that was so interesting because here they are, the dancers walking through, and it was just neat. I liked that.
Yeah, you never know what's going to happen at Cinequest. That was, they came and danced and put on a little show for people, so it was a great surprise. So.
And just the interesting films, I mean, that's the beauty of it.
The quality of films is really, I think, up there. Cinequest has the best films that come to Cinequest. And people, well, not to gloat, but filmmakers call and are really like, we want to, you know, send our film here. We've heard so much great about Cinequest because, you know.
And what I like about Cinequest more than any other film festival, I really do like Cinequest, it's an awesome thing, is that you really do allow for a, you know, a whole wide spectrum of creativity. There's, you know, you can really, you can go on any day and you can see from, you know, a very heartwarming, touching, whatever, to, I saw one movie there where they had a guy who had claustrophobia. And as the film continued, they just would, you know, make the chair smaller, and he actually ended up in a little box.
Oh, wow.
Well, you know, I get claustrophobic. I was freaking out. I was like, wow. But, you know, I thought that was really just, I'm sure it was not a high-budget film, but it was very effective. You get that kind of stuff.
Yeah. It's really cool because, you know, Cinequest is all about the filmmaker, but all about the artist. Less than 1% of films that come to a film festival get distribution. And then what's cool about Cinequest also is we're not just a film festival, is that after the film festival, they can have an opportunity to be on our distribution label. And so it's really a cool avenue. It's a revolutionary thing for distribution. So.
Yeah. So it's the complete package, huh?
Yeah.
So it's yeah. So that's it. Well, that's all the time we have for the show. Thank you so much for coming on the show and talking about Cinequest. And hopefully for you viewers, this is going to move you to get involved, maybe volunteer, get involved, go see Cinequest. It's an unbelievable thing. It starts February 28th. It lasts for a week and a half, 2 weeks. You have a lot of opportunities. Just look in the papers. Go to www.cinequest.org. .org. Aha! See, and you get the listings of all the movies.
Yeah, you can.
Don't miss it. That's all I could say. It's awesome.
Great.
So, I'll see you at Cinequest. And to our viewers, as always, if you're walking down the street and you see something interesting and you wonder to yourself, hey, what's up with that? Well, tune into our show, What's Up With That, and maybe you'll find exactly what you're looking for. We'll see you next week in What's Up With That. Good night, everybody.
I don't subscribe to this notion that an actor gets in character and stays in character the whole time. It's, one, it doesn't help. You don't act any better by doing it 24 hours a day. Two, it's really annoying to the set. I think that the second you start believing that you're the character, that's not acting, that's mental illness.
You've inspired so many disabled individuals, people in your hometown, an entire country of Ghana, kings, other nations, and now with the help, I think, of this film, you're inspiring all of us here and others around the world, and we honor you with our Life of a Maverick Award.